What is up, everyone? It's Friday. You made it. Welcome to the Friday Live with Lauren show. I am Lauren, your host. LinkedIn just told me we were live. Did LinkedIn tell you we were live? Let me know, because sometimes they're not so nice to me. I have like a pending case going right now, so sometimes I wonder if that has anything to do with my engagement. I don't know. LinkedIn and gods would say no, but maybe. Okay. Are you here? Are you awake? Are you surviving? We're like almost halfway through September. Where is 2024 going? Like I said, share the show. Okay, I have a really fun guest for you, and we have so much to talk about. I don't even feel like I have time to do this like really exaggerated long intro, but I'm happy you're here. If you've never been here before, would you please comment and let me know how you found out about the show? Was it my wonderful guest today who made this awesome post? Or maybe she invited you? Or maybe you've been here before. And if you've been here before, I'm going to ask a different favor. Would you tag someone in the comments that you don't think has been here? Maybe they haven't seen the show before, because we have a lot of things to talk about today. And our guest is going to go over some exercises with us. We're going to talk about wellness. You guys know that that's not my topic or my forte. But I brought somebody on who's going to talk about wellness with us today. We're going to talk about selling SaaS like it's hard. We're going to talk about the fact that starting is scary and really defining success for yourself. So if those topics are important to you, you think they're important to somebody in your network, tag them, share the show, let us know. Without further ado, let me get my girl out here. Where's Ashley? What's up?
Hey.
Hi.
How's it going, Miss Girl? You look beautiful.
Thank you. It's so good to see you. I literally just realized when I went live, I was like, oh, you didn't put your blazer on. Good thing it's not cold in here today.
You're showing your shoulders. Oh my goodness.
It's okay. As long as it's not a tube top, people know there's a shirt, you're fine. But I've learned you can never go live in a tube top.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Mm.
But yeah, I love that you wore the plant mom shirt and you got all the plants in the background.
Not only did I wear the Plant Mom shirt, it is orange for the sponsor, Sendoso.
For Sendoso. Sendoso, we love you. Really quick, since she brought it up, I'm going to show you. Look what we're giving away today. Why is it not working? It's not working.
Cool. It's like blinking, kind of. Is it supposed to be a video?
No, it's just supposed to be this like overlay beautiful thing. And on my side screen, it's working. And before the thing, it worked. Okay, whatever.
It's overlaid over the screen, I think.
I'm sorry.
It looks like it's overlaid to me.
I don't know. I can't see it on my end. Whatever. This is why we do live shows, because it's always fun and it's always exciting. And we're always going to have something to talk about that we didn't know we were going to talk about before. Quickly, let's ask everybody the question. If you'll let us know in the comments, where are you joining us from? While you do that, Ashley's going to tell us where she's joining us from. And Ashley, I would love for you to tell everybody about my favorite feature on LinkedIn.
Yes. Okay. So I'm joining you from Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a very small town, but I feel like, or it's like kind of a big town, but I feel like I know everybody everywhere. My last name that no one likes to pronounce is Cuellar. That is how it's pronounced. Now, I don't roll my R because I just am not very good at that, but that's how it's supposed to be. There is a feature on LinkedIn that you can do can you only do it from mobile or from desktop? I thought it was only one or the other, but you can record yourself saying your name so that when people come and want to, and now obviously I'm kitschy with mine and put it in my headline, but people who don't do that, it's so nice to be able to pronounce somebody's name properly when you're contacting them. So if you have a difficult name, I mean, if your name is like Susie Smith, we're probably okay. But if you have a difficult name and you record it, and you add it to your LinkedIn profile, then less people will screw up your name.
I love that. And I'm going to tell everybody, even if you think your name is simple, for somebody in another country, it might not be.
Sure. Totally true.
Right? So put it up there and use it for what it's supposed to be used for. Sometimes I listen to them and somebody's got like some pitch. It's not for a pitch. I don't mind if you say something nice after you tell me how to like pronounce your name, but don't pitch me in that. It's like people using the pronoun section for other things. Come on, man.
I do know that Sims Tillerson, though, has the beginning of an Eminem song before he says his name on his pronunciation thing, and I thought that was fabulous.
I'm not mad at that as long as you eventually say your name.
Yeah, he does.
All right. So I pulled up the show in a separate tab on LinkedIn, and I see that you can see those little banner things. I left one up for a really long time. We can't see them at all, StreamYard. Y'all got a bug. just so you know, somebody tagged StreamYard. The founders can watch my show and find out live on LinkedIn. They got a bug going on. I love to help companies. Like, let's not just complain about it. Let's help them. They probably didn't even know. I didn't know.
For real.
And now I at least know that the banners are going to work for High Five Friday. Even if I can't see them, you guys will, and we'll be able to celebrate some people today. Speaking of that, if you have not been here before, Michelle Craig comes on at the half. Everybody, give Michelle some love in the comments. She does High Five Friday. We celebrate and shout out people, their wins in your LinkedIn community. There is a form. You can always fill it out. And you can celebrate anybody you want to. Give a high five. You can celebrate yourself. We do that too. I definitely have some weeks where it's like I went to the gym one time. That was a win. And I celebrated myself. So, all right. Are you ready to jump into it, Ashley?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Let's first ask your questions in the chat if you want to. It's at the bottom. Again, the official gifting sponsor is Sendoso. And don't forget, you can comment hashtag Sendoso to be entered to win today's gifting experience, which, as I showed you, is the Forest Nation You Plant, We Plant Tree Kit Cup. We are giving away 5 of these. And by giving away 5 of these, we will in turn plant 55 trees from today's cup. So
I love gifting and making an impact in the world at the same time.
I know. It's so exciting. And Forest Nation shared the show. So go follow Forest Nation too.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. The first topic of the day, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. This is not my forte. This is Ashley's forte. I'm trying to focus more on wellness. I want to say as the older I get, but like I don't want to talk about how old I am. So like I'm just trying to focus on wellness. But I would actually like if there's people watching today, right? And they're literally laughing at this topic. They're like, improve my career, focus on wellness. I don't have time for that. Like that's what I would have told you a year ago. I don't have time to focus on wellness. Are you joking? Like, what do you say to them? And then how do you actually improve your career by focusing on this?
I mean, your body has to be. Am I echoing?
I don't think so. Is she echoing? Y'all let us know.
Yeah, it sounds echoey to me, so I just want to make sure. I have to make time for my head to get right, and that is what exercise does for me. So that is the part of wellness that I think that especially like super driven, like busy individuals, if you don't make time to shut your brain down for a minute, then like you go into overdrive, and then that just causes burnout. And it just does. And we've seen it a million times. So if you are running and turning your brain off, like I know a lot of people, a long walk, a long run, and they can just kind of turn their brain off while they listen to some music or something, that works. But like even when we were in offices, I would every hour would take a break and go out and walk 2 laps around the building just to like get up, move my body. I mean, they say sitting is the new smoking, right?
100%. And I'm literally at a standing desk as I sit here right now.
Exactly. See? So, I mean, you just, if you don't make time for it now, then your body will make you make time for it because you will get sick, you will get hurt, you will, need the rest, need the mental break. So it's better to make time for it as you can. And any little bit helps. Like I think that there's this, especially for really driven people, right? You're like, I got to be perfect and do this awesome workout. And I got to lift weights, go run on the treadmill, all that. No. Like just go for a 10-minute walk and it will help your wellness. It really will. Right?
It helps more than you could ever imagine.
Absolutely. And everybody knows that meditating is something that I talk about from time to time. And it is another thing that especially really super driven, minds moving a million miles an hour. They're like, yeah, right. No. I'm not going to sit still. I'm definitely not going to be able to turn my brain off and do anything like that. But there are tools, there are guided meditations, and there is so much proof that it reprograms your brain and helps you calm down. And I mean, I'm proof of that too. I'm practicing yoga for as long as I have. It is the only way. That is the only time that my brain slows down. So
I will tell you, it doesn't work that way for me. Not with yoga. I did a yoga class with Leslie Vanetz. Somebody tag Leslie Vanetz, please. Yeah, it was also like a hot yoga flow class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love. That's what I teach.
I will be honest with you, I liked it by the end of it, but it was not relaxing.
Well, it's
I
not
fell over a
relaxing.
bunch. There was no balance. I
I
was
know.
really sweaty. I was very self-conscious. I would do it again, don't get me wrong. But I actually enjoyed it by the end of it, but it was not relaxing for me. But I want to tell the people who are like me, who are listening to Ashley right now, you can find your own thing. I do have my own thing, my own way to meditate. I'll give you guys my little weird thing that I do. So my way of meditating, because I don't get much time alone. I have a 7-year-old, if you don't know. When I'm in the shower and I have a few minutes alone, I focus on feeling the water from the moment it hits my head until the moment it drips all the way down my body to my toe. And if I can't follow it the whole way, I'm not zenned out enough and I need to just like chill and focus somewhere.
That is so perfect. That is exactly what meditating is supposed to be. That is so good. And showers are a really great place for meditation.
Yes.
That's so because you're alone, right? That's like you said, sometimes we don't have a lot of alone time. So if the shower is where it's got to be, but that's a great way to do it. I mean, having a feeling or a sensation that helps you do it is a great way to go.
100%. I love this. We got a comedian in the house. My name is pronounced Tom, like Tom Brady without the 6 championships. Tom, I think you
Very
deserve
funny,
6
Tom.
championships in my book. Like I think you deserve it. Lindsay, thank you. If it works for you, tell people you got it from me. If it doesn't, you heard it from Ashley. Okay, cool. Chris says, I need a walk in the woods to chill. Nothing else works. Well, bourbon and music gets the job done too. Daniela says, yes, we're here, Michelle. Thanks for joining us, Daniela. You weren't here for a few weeks ago, and StreamYard was also doing some weird stuff. I was like, what's going on? Paul says, people confuse meditation with an activity versus a state.
Exactly.
Walking is a form of meditation. It's about getting into a state of calmness. Paul, you always have the best comments.
It's true. He's totally right. And it's so common to say when we're meditating, we're trying to clear our thoughts, and I even say it, but the truth is that you're really just trying to let your thoughts flow and not acknowledge them. Just let them come and go and not give them any more energy in that moment while you're trying to meditate.
I'm the person who, like, when I get stuck on a thought, you'll hear me out loud be like, no.
Start meditating. Come on now.
I'll like yell at myself, like, no, get back in. Stop thinking about that. Move on.
Well, so it's funny too that you say the thing about like not relaxing in the hot yoga class that you went to, because I did a poll a few months back about if I were to do live streaming yoga or a yoga channel or something like that, what kind of yoga do people want to see? Well, it's much more common for people to want the relaxing type of yoga, like restorative yoga or yin yoga, and not the like super loud, sweaty vinyasa flow yoga. So there's like a small percentage of us weirdos that really love that. And then there is the super chill yoga that everybody else wants.
Well, I just want yoga if it's with you or Leslie Vedettes, because I don't know, but I'll go with you too.
All right, I'm in.
Here, Bree says this is the best way to end my week. Thanks for coming.
Hi,
Bree.
Bree.
Appreciate you. A 1-hour walk on the nature trails next time my office. Yep, there we go. Outside is perfect. Can I stop scrolling now? Yes, stay on the show. Don't leave. I don't know who you are, but stay. Early morning, wake up and work out. A must for me. Changed my game during my work days. Yes.
Yeah. Totally.
I will say for me, it's early morning sunrise because I'm right next to the beach. I probably should work out while I'm on the beach at sunrise, but no, chill. Whatever. That's me focusing on my wellness to just sit and watch the waves crash.
But that's still wellness too. That's still wellness too, girl. You got to give your brain some space.
It really is. It really is. Anything you can do to like focus on the things that get us out of the stress, right? We live in the stress. We live in the struggle. We live in the drama. The things that you can do that get you out of those moments, because you're going to have those moments. Let's be honest. It's life. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, but the difficult moments make the beautiful moments worth it. So focus on finding the moments for yourself.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Anything else on this topic before we go to the next one?
No, moving on.
All right. Moving on. Okay. Don't forget really quick, comment Sendoso. I'm going to pull the little banner on the bottom away. The next topic. Tell me if you know where this quote is from in the comments. If you know where this quote is from while I show a little video.
What are you talking about? I'm sorry, are you here to see me?
No, silly. I go here.
You go where?
Harvard. Law school.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard? Oh my gosh, Warner, it's gonna be so great.
I love his face at the end.
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go. People knew Legally Blonde, Legally Blonde,
Yes.
Legally Blonde. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna talk about it. Selling SaaS. Ashley, when I first started selling SaaS, not selling SaaS, but recruiting for people who sold
Mhm.
SaaS, let's be honest, okay? It's almost like selling to SaaS companies. I'm selling to people who sell to SaaS. I didn't know what SaaS stood for. Somebody was like, ask them if they know how to write a cadence. I'm like, what's writing a cadence? They're like, it's okay. If they don't know, just tell them you don't either.
Perfect.
It
Love
was
it.
literally so ridiculous. So I started reaching out to people who are in the space, and there were a number of really kind, amazing people. Tom Slocum, Jesse Willett. There's a bunch of amazing people I could name who really went out of their way to help me in the beginning and teach me, right? But then there were some people, and I'm just gonna say it. I've said it on the show before. Y'all can type it out if you know my word. But there were some SaaS holes who were literally like, oh, you've never been in SaaS before? Oh, you don't know? Oh, you haven't worked for such and such company? Like, y'all, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. I'm sorry. It's not. I don't care what you say. Yes, it's different. And yes, it can be difficult. But all sales jobs are different and can be difficult.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So try selling a paper product for dealers for 17 years and asking them to add technology to that at some point. I'm telling you right now, car dealers, first of all, like they use fax machines still. Like, what's happening? That's not who has a fax machine? Nobody accepts faxes anymore. And so, like, to try to sell technology to some people like that, that's just as difficult as selling a SaaS product, I promise you, every day of the week. So it's just really, it's in sales. If we're in sales, then we have transferable skills, right? So we can learn a new product, we can learn a new process as long as we are curious and authentic and empathetic and all of the things that a great salesperson needs, then you can sell SaaS. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay it because I know that every sales job is hard, but every sales job is hard.
I think that's more of the point, right? Every sales job is hard. And you can't sit here and say that my job is harder than you because of blah, blah, blah. Your job might be harder. And I want to point this out because this is a good point right here. You need a decent product that solves a problem. For a long time, there were a number of companies when the market was a little different, who had a lot of people spending a lot of money and investing this money, and they didn't really have great market fit. Or there were a number of companies doing the same thing, and one or two prevailed, and the others all tanked. And then we saw mass layoffs, and a lot of things started happening. It can be very hard if you don't have market fit, a decent product, you're not solving a problem. If sales just isn't for you, we got to throw that one in there too, because that's true.
It's totally true.
But there's so many people who sell so many things. And if you really sit down with somebody in a different industry who's selling a different product and you talk to them, it's hard in every aspect for a number of different people. What was the hardest thing you think you ever sold? And if you're watching comment, the hardest thing you've ever sold. All right, go ahead.
No question, selling direct mail to car dealerships is the hardest thing I've ever sold because especially because the product that I was selling was adding technology in a time when they weren't ready to add technology. And I started with the company in 2007. I'm aging myself, but that's okay. And in 2008, dealerships were literally closing their doors. Like there's so many dealerships folded in that recession time period. And so I was basically paying for my seat like one deal at a time because I was in sales. I got to say. And we had layoffs then too. And then we started to add, that was when we started to add the technology. So it gave us something a little different to talk about. But then it basically, there was tons of competition, right? Like in every industry, there is so much competition and you're working with guys that they want answers right now. They're super, super high D, I guess is what I would call them. And hard to get a hold of, but that's everybody's prospect, you know? So it was hard, but everybody's job is hard.
I love this. Andrew says the Smithsonian's has fax machines.
Yes, they do. As a matter of fact,
So
do not.
a few years ago, I actually worked for someone. It wasn't so bad as a fax machine, and this was more than a few years ago. God, I'm gonna age myself too. No, but I worked for someone who the owner of the company barely knew how to email. So when an email would come in, I would have to print it, and they would handwrite on the paper what we were to respond, and it would come back to us, and we would have to type it and email it back from that person's account.
Okay, that's rough. I still give my dad a hard time because he will email me, he will print something off, scan it on his giant copying machine, and then email it to me as a PDF. Why didn't we just forward the email? What is happening? Like, what are we? And like, my sister works in his law office with him. She's taking over his practice. And I did email her one day and I was like, can you just show dad how to forward the email? What is the problem here?
At this point, I would just let him do it because
I know.
So much more work. Andrew, yes, dying is easy. Comedy is hard. Comedy is so hard. I really wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but I don't have it in me. I have it in me.
I don't know if I could handle the road tours. I always wanted to be, like a musician or a comedian or something like that, but I could never handle all that.
It's not that. I got too bad ADHD. They'd be like, gotta be funny for 5 minutes. 2 minutes in, we're off topic.
Yes.
We are not coming back.
Oh, yes.
8 minutes later, they'd be like, you were supposed to be done. You didn't even make a joke. I'd be out.
It would be funny, though. I guarantee your 8 minute, wherever the hell you went with it, would have been hilarious.
I don't know. We'll see. Mike says, ads for a phone book company were the hardest thing he ever sold in 2000-ish when the internet was blowing up and yellow pages. College was fun. I remember the people who sold these, and I remember the one girl I knew in college. I felt so bad for her. Man, now I feel this for you now. Oh, I felt horrible for her.
Honestly, my freshman year of college, I did forget about this. I always forget about this. My freshman year of college, I called alumni for donations and worked in the foundation. Well, when people were calling me when I was like 23 and 24 and being like, does anybody have $50 to give to the foundation? I was like, I don't even have $50 to feed myself. What are you talking about? Like, I definitely am not giving to the foundation. So that was super hard. That also was.
Yeah, that was very hard. I'm sorry. I was dying laughing. Did you see this? It was not at you. It was at this. My aunt thinks the devil lives in my iPhone, and then Micah goes, she might be wrong, or she might be right. Who knows?
Oh, God. Love it.
Carrie says, comedy isn't hard. Just tell some dad jokes. Carrie always has the dad jokes. Always showing up. I'm not a dad, so I'm not going to drop any dad jokes. But you're welcome. Keep showing up with dad jokes all day long. Okay. So one of the hardest things I ever did, it wasn't even necessarily a sales job for me. Okay. It was when I was teaching somebody else sales, and I had to teach a team. These were not people with a nice salary. They weren't making amazing commission. They were making hourly, very low hourly rates. They were all part-time. They were in college, some just out of high school. And I had to teach them how to prey on people's emotions and sell pictures to families after senior portrait sessions that were outrageously expensive, that cost more than some people's mortgages. And I had to teach 16-year-olds how to call and cold call and book the appointment and get them in the room. And then once they get in the room, how you pressure the sale and how you push and how you get the payment and how you get the payment plan and you don't leave and you get a manager and 3 times. And
where are these 16-year-olds today? I would like to know.
These little poor babies. No, they weren't 16. They were like 18. They were just out of school. So they were like 18 to like mid-college. It was all part-time while they were in college. But teaching these people how, and I mean, Ashley, I'm not even talking about people going home with like a lot of like physical stuff. Like, here, give me $1,800 and I'll give you a flash drive with your kids' pictures. Take it or leave it. If they ever want to post them online, give me the money.
Oh my gosh. I cannot.
You can do it like that, people, but y'all.
But the way you just talked about that deal, girl, you could sell cars, no problem. That is exactly how a car deal goes down. What you just talked about, that's how most car deals go down. Go get the manager. If you can't do it, go get the manager quick.
Literally. But I'm teaching these little babies how to do this. And then the
Mhm.
parents are like, you're playing on my emotions. And I'm looking at the people like, you did it right. Good job.
Oh, the things that we've
Oh,
done.
the things. Somebody said something about the AOL email address. The person that I would have to write the emails for was an AOL email address.
Yes.
Here we go. It was David. Yes. And Lindsay says her mom has an AOL account. I think I finally got my parents off the AOL accounts. Mom, are you watching?
Oh, your mom watches?
My mom watches, but sometimes her
Oh.
comments don't show up. She's in I'm not telling anybody where she is. None of y'all are gonna go stalk my mom, but she's out of town right now. I already get weird people who like request her on LinkedIn. Like she's on LinkedIn for me, not for you.
Yeah.
And don't go ask her to work for you. Some recruiters reach out to my mom, like she's got some specialized skills. Leave her alone. She's not looking for work. She's very happily retired. Let's update Sermon Power. Okay, we are moving into the halfway point. Ashley, anything else about selling SaaS and how it's hard?
No, everybody's job is hard. I think SaaS is hard. I think everything else is hard. Nobody has it harder than the rest.
Love it. Oh, look, Lindsay's mom does too.
Oh, Lindsay, that's so cute.
If your mom's not your biggest supporter, what are you doing? And if your mom's not your biggest supporter, message me. I'll be your biggest supporter because I'm a mom and I could be a supporter.
I know. I was gonna say my mom doesn't care, but my dad totally asked me the other day if I would teach him how to get on LinkedIn so that he can support me more.
I love that. Well, I'll show up and cheer whenever. I have pom poms somewhere. Okay, we are going to do High Five Friday. Do you guys know who's about to come on the show? Tag her in the comments. Give her some loving. She's coming on, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the boot camp that I am going to be a part of later in the month. And we'll see y'all in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
What is up, y'all? It is High Five Friday. If this is your first time watching the show, we have folks submit their wins or shout outs for the week, and then I come on and read them to you. So I have the easy part, the fun job of celebrating wins. And also, Ashley, my mom is also a big fan and here for the show every week, unless she's on an airplane. So she's here in the comments as well. So we love that mom support. Speaking of support, let's get into these high fives for the week. All right, so we have Lindsay for Donna. Please give a gigantic high five to Donna Brown. Donna is an exceptional HR leader and she's searching for her next role. If anyone is hiring for a CHRO, CPO, or VP of HR, look no further. Donna is a heart-centered leader with incredible experience, and you'd be lucky to add her to your org. So if you are looking for someone to lead your HR team, go add Donna, reach out to her. Good luck, girl. All right, next up, we have Lori for Laura. Laura is a badass. She shares contract gigs with me that she could easily jump into herself, but she shares the love because that's genuinely who she is. Last but not least, we have Casey for Christine. Christine held her first LinkedIn workshop at the end of August, and it was very well done. She kept it engaging, educational, and she continues to fill LinkedIn with valuable educational and thought-provoking content. I recommend a bell ring and joining her next small group or booking a one-to-one. Nice job, y'all.
I love this.
I was like, Lauren, where are you? Are you coming back?
I'm coming. I have to ask you really quick. And you might have been busy working before the show. Did you get a delivery?
I did. It's still in the box though.
Michelle's going to do an unboxing later. Michelle might have got a delivery. Do you know what's in there?
I do know what's in there. I can grab it. It's right here. Should I grab it?
Grab it. We're going to take a minute. Y'all, if you do not know, I mean, you should know. Comment Sendoso. Win some stuff. Today we're just giving away trees, okay? But the trees help the environment. It's a really big deal. But yeah, Michelle, that's something Michelle won on the show. We might have upgraded it a little bit. She does so much for us. But Michelle, we love you and high five.
Wait, we're going to get this. I think by the end of the year, we'll get the high five on here. Perfect. All right. Okay. Have a great Friday, y'all. Thanks for everyone. And submit your high fives for next week. It's never too early. Cheers, y'all.
Bye, Michelle. All right, all right, all right. If you want to submit a high five, I'm gonna cover my face. Are you ready? I love like getting to do some stupid stuff on my own show because it's my own show. Nobody can tell me not to. Are you ready? 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 Ah. How do I look? Leave somebody a high five. Okay, that's it. That's enough being silly. Let me find Ashley. Get Ashley back out here. What's up?
What's up? You look good as a QR code, girl.
It's fun to get to be silly. And y'all, if you're not being silly, what are you doing with your life? Because you're not going to get out alive. Go have fun today. Today, I challenge you to have some fun. There was one thing I didn't show. I need to show it. So, Ashley, we're going to take 30 seconds. Give me 1 second. Y'all, if you are watching, if you would like to be part of a boot camp that will really accelerate your career, I can't even remember how many experts we have on this. I know Lindsay Dowd is in the comments. Lindsay is one of them. Lindsay, if you're still watching, drop the link. But y'all, here you go. Hear about it now.
Uncertain how to navigate emerging job search technologies? Discontented in your current role and unsure of the path forward? Aspiring to advance your career but requiring strategic direction? We got you. Land your dream job with our 2-day boot camp, featuring top subject matter experts to guide you through the intricacies of today's job market. Our agenda covers job market trends, resume crafting, personal branding, networking, recruiter engagement, mental health, and interview techniques. Expect targeted advice, actionable strategies, and personalized interactions from our experts to enhance your job search effectiveness. To learn more, go to events.entreecareers.com.
And we're back. Okay, so I will say it's really intense. It's 2 days, but you get to be in a group chat with all the experts after to ask like questions and things. And I don't do group chats. It's like the only group chat I'm in on LinkedIn. So if you ever want the opportunity to actually be in a group chat with me, you have to do something like this because I don't do group chats for anybody. Okay, are you ready to move into the rest of the show?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I'm so excited. We have so many comments. What are you guys saying? You're so interested too. Okay. Comment Sendoso. Don't forget. Let's move into the next part, which is called starting is scary.
It is very scary.
We don't care if you're scared. You got to push through the fear.
Right.
Actually, I do care if you're scared, and I respect the fear, but I will tell you that if it's not scary, you're not pushing hard enough.
Exactly.
You're not chasing a big enough dream. The goal is not big enough. Every single day I wake up and I'm so nervous I'm going to fail, but that means I'm on the right path. So Ashley, what do you say to people who are like, it is too scary. I don't want to step off on my own, or I don't want to take that next step in my career, or I don't want to ask for the promotion. Like, what do you say to them?
I cannot remember. I think it might have been in the comments of a Sam McKenna post. Somebody posted a quote that was something like, all your dreams are on the other side of your fears, which is a common quote, but it's the truth. A lot of these sayings that we've heard our whole lives, like just think positively and things will come true. It's actually real. Like those things really do happen. And so if you just try to push through the fears, you will see that things will start to happen. I always say that, like activity begets activity. And so even if the activity that you're putting out into the world isn't what's bringing the things back to you, like karma and the energy of the world will bring it back to you in some extent. So and be kind, move forward, be kind, do the things, get over the fear. And you just got to rip off the Band-Aid at some point.
You do have to rip off the Band-Aid. Ripping off the Band-Aid is scary. But if you're an adult, you know that it's not that bad once you're done with it, right? Like it's really not. There's some other examples I could give that are similar to ripping off the Band-Aid, more female related. I'm not going to do that on the show, but like it's very scary before you do it. Once you do it, it's really not that bad. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. Micah wants a live unboxing, Michelle. You can let him know in the comments if you'd like to do that. I'm happy to go live one day and do a live unboxing. And y'all don't forget, like Bree is doing comments Sendoso. Okay, one of the scariest things I know when I went off on my own, and you're on your own now, right? Like one of the scary things is, I think it's the fear of telling people that, hey, I'm going to try to do it my way, and then maybe having to go back and say it didn't work. And I think that I'm going to say one thing about this, and then I'll let you give your opinion. But my whole life, I kind of knew I had that entrepreneurial spirit, the bug. I wanted to do it, right? My whole life, my dad told me, the only way you're actually going to be successful is if you go work for yourself. Like, work for someone else. You're never really gonna, like, you'll make good money, but you're never really gonna have the freedom that you could have and have the life you could have if you work for yourself. And my dad did not work for himself. My mom didn't work for herself. They worked for other people. So when I first started, like, y'all, this is not my first go around. I've had other companies that have not worked out. This is not the first time. But I remember the first time I didn't go all in. I was too nervous to go all in because if it failed, I had to go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go all in. Y'all,
Yep.
it didn't work out. I think now because I didn't go all in. The second time, I didn't go all in. I was too nervous. We started doing well. I was like, okay, I could see this grow. And I didn't go all in. I got too nervous.
Yep.
And there's this huge fear. And I talk to people all the time who they have this whole persona and their business is doing great. And then you talk to somebody behind the scenes, it's like, my business is really not doing that well. And I'm really nervous. I might have to go back to the 9 to 5. And y'all, if you have to go back to a 9 to 5, who cares? You tried something harder than what most people would ever try in their life.
Totally. Absolutely.
Who
Most
cares?
people, and that's what I think. I honestly, I have a small belief that the people who do actually go for it are like such a small percentage, and they're the ones who are really like, forgive me for saying, but like taking life by the balls and being like, I'm going to do this come hell or high water because there is no other choice. This is what I love and this is what I'm going to do. And there just is no looking back. But like you said, just because you go back to a 9 to 5 doesn't mean you're looking back. It just means I learned a lesson. I'm moving forward. This is how I choose to move forward next time. Right?
Yes. If you're not learning lessons, you're not doing it right. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new. And realistically, the only person that you're really worried about, I really think at the end of the day, is your own ego, right?
Totally.
Say that it's other people or blah, blah. It's really your own ego. And I don't look at failure in terms of like maybe my business not working out. It's like I failed as a human. Am I a good mom? Did I do the things I needed to do? Did I show up for the people I needed to show up for? Like, am I a good human? Does not relate to my worth in my business. And that's the other thing. So many of us tie our self-worth to the thing we're working and the thing we're doing. And your self-worth is not revolve around that at all. So if you're watching right now and you need a moment, you are worth it, regardless of your job. If you're unemployed, it does not matter. It does not matter. It's scary. It's a scary world out there, but do the thing, take action, and take the first step into what you need to do. Taking the first step is the hardest part.
Yep, it totally. And I want to go back to what you said about being worried about what other people think. I swear everyone else does not care as much as you do. You care way more than what no one else is paying as much attention, and they're not going to think poorly of you. They're going to think she tried, she did her best, right? But I think that we all worry so much about everybody else thinking about what we're doing, but really it's us overthinking what we're doing and nobody else is paying as much attention.
100%. And that's what I tell people all the time about content. And I could use this whole topic about instead of starting your own business, your next step in your career, I could say this whole thing about content too. Starting is scary. Do it anyway. Somebody's going to hate on you. Somebody's going to tell you you're dumb. Somebody's going to disagree with you. You might end up on LinkedIn lunatics. I've been there. If you want to go look, whatever. I don't think I've been there in a long time, but honestly, I haven't checked. We had a funny one come up. Here we go, Ashley. How do you give Gabe some advice on dealing with his fear of asking me for some free caramels or caramels or however you guys want to say it?
I mean, I would just ask. The worst you can do is say no.
And if you've watched this show and you know me, I would tell you that if I say no, to ask again, because people don't like to say no twice. And there's some psychology behind that. All right. Gabe wants to know, is it okay to call you ABC?
Oh, absolutely. That's kind of what most people have taken to calling me these days.
Bree says, most people are so consumed they have no idea what they are doing next Tuesday, let alone what they're doing professionally.
Amen.
You are not wrong.
Amen.
Oh, look, we got Virginia in the house.
Hello.
Who's the furthest person watching away? If you're watching right now, who thinks they're the furthest away? Comment. I want to know. Okay, truth. So if you'll actually care, nobody cares. The only person who cares is yourself. And
Yeah.
the people who do care are actually sympathetic. The only people who criticize are the people who are doing less than you. Like, I heard that, and it is so true. I think about the people that, like, when I really put myself around successful people,
Yep.
the people who are really successful, their only goal is to make me more successful and to
Absolutely.
solve my problems. There is no, oh, that sucks for you. There is no da-da-da. Their whole goal is, how can I make this easier and better and make you more successful?
Yep.
Because if I'm more successful, I can make other people more successful. It's a trickle-down effect.
Absolutely.
It's not a gatekeeping effect.
Absolutely. It is so not. If you, and that's what, I'll have like Lindsay Carlisle. Love that girl. We'll have chats and she's like, you're helping me so much. And I'm like, girl, we're just having a call. I'm just, talking to you about your sales stuff, because she went from being an actor to a teacher to an SDR. And so, it's knowledge that we share. I'm not trying to do anything other than help her be more successful at what she's doing.
And helping people be successful is how we win.
Yeah.
Gabe, it's a Reddit thread. That's all you need. And you might
I
already
have not looked at it.
Go search for yourself. You might already be there. I'm not going to drop the link, but if somebody wants to drop the link, it's fine. Yep. See, there you go. Paul knows it's a Reddit thread. You've done it right when you end up on LinkedIn.
That's what I say. When the haters come, you know that you're doing something right.
My mom and sister, oh, look, we got people connecting. We live close to each other. All right. I love it. Y'all, I tell people don't always believe me, but the party's in the comments. Like, we're going to talk and we're going to talk about stuff, but the people you will meet in the comments of these shows will support you. They're the people we're talking about, the people that want to lift you up, the people that will make you better. They will literally do so much for you if you connect with them and you don't pitch slap them and you're not dumb. Like, you have to do it right. I always tell people, you can't do it. Like, somebody asks me all the time, like, oh, Lauren, could you intro me to so-and-so? And then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll intro you to so-and-so. And then person's like, first message, hi, Ashley, could I please have 15 minutes of your time this week? Like, don't ask in the first message for 15 minutes. Who said earlier my face? Yeah, Paul, do you see how angry my face is now? Don't ask for 15 minutes in the first message to somebody that I introduced you to. That's so rude. Don't do it. Nobody's got 15 minutes for you. I don't have 15 minutes.
I got a DM the other day. Speaking of stupid DMs, I got a DM the other day of somebody wanting to help me with my home services business. And I was like, y'all, we're just out of control here. I don't have a home service. I'm not even good at cleaning my own house. And I know that's not all home services is, but oh my goodness.
We are live. There we go.
Husband.
Okay, look, in my experience, the most successful people think Warren Buffett have nothing to prove. No, they really don't, because their opinion's the only one that matters. Because we all know that other people's opinions don't really matter. Because what are other people's opinions like? Okay, sorry, that's another show. Okay, build relationships, make friends, and the rest will work out. Yes, that's what we did. We made friends, we built relationships, we made friends, and now Ashley's sitting here on the show with me.
Yes.
Just know that if Gabe Leo lifts you up, it will be to put you in his white
It's terrible. Wait, you know what else is terrible? I need to go grab my plug for my computer. So talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. I'm so sorry, Lauren. I love you to death.
It's okay. It's okay. Y'all, we'll remove Ashley for 1 second so you don't just stare at the empty screen. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard on the show. Like, my abs hurt. Y'all are gonna give me some abs. We don't have any abs. It's underneath the keg, but we are gonna laugh really, really hard. And Gabe, if you ask me a second time for 15 minutes of my time, I would probably, just because, like, you wouldn't have to ask me a second time because you've connected with me and we're great. But for most people, if they ask me a second time, yeah, it's kind of the psychology thing. I'd probably say, yeah. All right, let's get her back. Hello.
Back.
Look, it's typical that your stuff's going to die.
Oh my gosh. Please. Why are you're hating on me? Am I on this thing? Get out of here.
Paul says, there's a quote I heard a couple weeks ago that summed up my life the past couple years. When you know who you are, you don't need to be seen by others.
Oh, I love it. So good.
I love a good quote.
Actually, that really is so true. Actually, when I'm thinking about it in my own life, the things that I know that I'm a great yoga instructor and I'm getting better every day. I feel confident in that stuff. I don't care what anybody else thinks.
I mean, I wish I had like a quick witty response to say I was great at this thing right now, but I don't have it right now. So
you're great, Mom.
You are a great yoga instructor. And yeah, there you go. Comment Sendoso so we can plant 55 trees with Forest Nation
Yeah.
Now, they can only ship your tree to the US, but they do plant the trees in other countries. So if you are not in the US, you have to gift your tree that they send you to someone in the US. But whatever, y'all, just comment Sendoso and let's plant some trees.
Do it.
We're going to draw 5 names for this. So comment. I want to be able to give them all away. I'll be very disappointed if there's over 20 of you watching live and we don't give away all of them. Okay. We have one more topic, which I think is important, and then we're gonna give away the stuff. And y'all know we got the fun Friday fact. Okay, but the last topic is defining success for yourself. And you guys have heard us talk about the fact that you think about you more than anybody else, right? You can pivot. Starting is scary, all of these things. But at the end of the day, what all of this is gonna boil down to is really defining success for you.
Yep.
And I'm going to let Ashley take it away. The one thing I'm going to tell you, nobody told me this when I was younger, is that my definition of success was going to change so many times.
Yep.
And I did not know that as a child. I thought growing up that the thing I wanted would be the thing I would want, and I would chase it so hard, and it would, and that has smacked me in the face so many times. And I think some people at a young age do get into a path and a career and a forward motion that they get so scared to say, this isn't actually my path, that they walk into the wrong room and they stay there forever.
Yep. Totally.
And I would rather admit that I walked in the wrong room.
Yep.
And back out of that door.
Yeah.
And stay there my whole life. So you get to define success for yourself. And if you find yourself in the wrong room, maybe the definition of success is just getting out of that room. All right, Ashley, take it away.
Absolutely. Well, defining success for myself probably didn't come as much until after I decided to leave the company I had been with for 17 years. So like you said, you get somewhere and you get stuck. But then the patterns of life happen. And like you said, your definition of success changes. I had a baby. The definition of success to me is, can I get home by 5 o'clock and hold my baby for a couple hours before she goes to bed and I have to go back to work the next day. And all of that, there are so many people who are title chasers or don't care about a title at all. And both of those things are okay. You just have to decide which one of them you want. Like, I spent 17 years managing teams and doing things and never had a title higher than senior AE. But I was definitely doing all the things that people were doing. So I don't ever care about that anymore. And now I'm just like, whatever, I don't need a title to be who I am. And I also don't need, this goes to material things, but like, I don't need a giant house. I don't need a brand new car. I just need to have my bills paid and be able to go on vacation and be able to save some money away. That's really all I need in life. And that can be what makes me successful. And you can need a giant house and a brand new car and all of those things. And that's okay. That's just who you are. You get to decide that.
100%. It's your prerogative.
Yes.
And the other thing I want to say about titles, and this is just because, this is my little rant of the day. Okay. Yeah. If you have gone off and started your own small business, and I mean like me, I've started my own small business, right? Mm-hmm. When I started my business, I was one person. I didn't make my title CEO because a CEO is not one person company. And I don't really care. I have some friends who call themselves CEOs of their companies. If you're watching, I'm definitely talking about you too. It's not your title. That's not what you do. You should actually understand what the definition of a CEO does, because and this is why I say this, right? You're making other people feel like they have to chase these titles too.
Yes, exactly.
So
and
you're adding to the problem.
Yeah.
By acting like you have this fancy title. You don't. You work for your freaking self in your mom's basement, maybe your own basement. But y'all, you're not a CEO.
Yeah.
I founded my company. I call myself a founder. I don't know. Mainly when people ask me what I do, I say I'm a recruiter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a sales coach. Well, and I know people though, God, Lauren, I know people who have stayed in roles for so long and are so unhappy, and they are waiting for the title so that they can move to a different position, to a different place and I'm like, just go, just figure it out and go, because people are not hiring the title. They are hiring you. Jeez
100%.
Louise.
100%.
I just hate to see anybody stick around somewhere that they're miserable anymore when I know how good it looks on the other side.
And this is my argument, right? If they are hiring the title, okay, I'll be devil's advocate. They are hiring the title, Lauren. I need title. I'm searching for a chief growth officer right now. If you guys haven't noticed, I posted about it. They're not going to care if you were this chief growth officer of your 2-person company. It doesn't matter if you gave yourself that title. They will laugh you to Timbuktu.
Totally.
It does not matter.
And I hate to
I have to have the title for my. No, you don't.
No. And it looks silly. It looks silly. Like, okay. So if you're a startup and you only have like 8 people, but 5 of you have C titles, what are we doing? That's so silly. And maybe you were a C title somewhere else and therefore you wanted to keep it at this place. But who are you managing? You're not managing anything.
Let's again look up the definition of the title and let's use them appropriately. And this is where I would say, like, AI could tell you the definition really quickly. You don't even have to do that much work. Use AI for the right things, not the wrong things.
Totally.
Okay, so in this year, we're in September, right? You've started your own thing.
Yep.
If somebody was to ask you, Ashley, we're in September, what's your definition of success look like in the next 30, 60, 90 days? What would you say to them?
My definition of success now is still being able to drive my daughter to and from school and drop her off and pick her up and be there for the parent night things. But it does involve a little bit of travel. I've spent some years now raising my daughter and like making sure that she's okay and can like get herself breakfast or something like that. But I'm ready to do some other things. I'm ready to travel and to get out there and meet more people. And so 30, 60, 90 days, as long as I can take care of my kid and I can have some fun with my family and enjoy Christmas with my sisters, is that 3 months away? Then it's great. And I'm booking more clients. I'm finding more clients that are interested in teaching their sales team. And I'm trying not, I don't want to pitch.
Pitch. Somebody accused me of being self-serving on LinkedIn. I said, excuse me, I have my own business. Yes,
exactly.
Pitch, Ashley, pitch.
I mean, I really do. I really do want to teach sales teams how to not be boiler room bros and to like take it a different direction. And it's okay if you have a gong in your office. I love the company gong. I do not enjoy gongs as company culture. I feel like it's so boiler room bro stuff and it's just not my bag, So I would love to impact sales teams and help them find better ways other than 100 cold calls a day. And I'm not banging on cold calls either. I say sales is such a hard job. You need all the tools in the bag. You need everything. So I would love to help some sales. I like sales babies too. Like when they're ready to go and they're so excited about getting their first deal. I love that stuff.
Yes. Okay, really quick. Oh, I don't want to show it. I want to edit it and I'm going to show the page. So, I like to support any charity, but mainly the ones that, like, if you came on my show and you matter, I'm going to talk about this. So does anybody know who Jen Allen is?
Yes.
Maybe we know who Jen Allen is, right?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Jen made a post. I'm going to drop it in the comments, but they are trying to raise money to get this nonprofit organization enough money to buy a fire truck. It is for the Boston Sparks all volunteer organization. They support police, fire, EMS. They are trying to raise money. When Jen first shared this, I think that they had raised $1,600. It's up now to $5,100. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly and show it to you guys. And then I will drop the link in the chat. There, you can see that now. But I just wanted to show this to you. This is how you can donate. This is the link. And you can choose how much to donate, but this is essentially what it's going to go for. You can see the vehicle that they're trying to get. And it is for a great cause. So please, 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 if you have time, the funds, the resources, if you are watching and your company could donate, I think it was Orem. Orem donated. Any company that could donate, this would be a tax write-off for you. But donate and give some money back. And I just like to do any kind of charity work that we can. So
This
there
is
you
a
go.
departure from the norm for her. Doesn't she usually do dogs?
She does dogs, and this is a little different for her. And we've shared the dogs and done all of those, but I really want to point this one out because I do think it's super important and a good organization. And this is it. I dropped it, donorbox.org, squad-10-vehicle-replacement. So
Awesome.
Here you go. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I didn't skip anybody's comments. I think you guys are just having fun. Bree, thanks for tuning in. Go enjoy Orange Theory.
Have fun.
I didn't enjoy Orange Theory, but I used to go there and I lost a lot of money when I went. Okay, Ashley, it's time. Give us your Fun Friday fact.
My Fun Friday fact is that I can do a cartwheel on one hand while holding a beverage and not spill the beverage. And I used to be able to do it while holding a waitress tray with a pint glass on it, but I can't do that anymore.
Okay, well, now you have to post the video.
Okay, I have before. I'll repost it. And
No. I want a new video.
New video? Okay, you have
I need to know that this is not, I could do it 10 years ago, Ashley, and you're just telling me. I want new video with, like, I know you don't have a newspaper probably, but like right on the paper, like your ransom note, right? Like show me the date and I want to see you.
You got it. And it is a genetic trait apparently, because also our 9-year-old can do it. And so I mean, this is horrible, but I was like, that will serve you so well later in life, dear. You will make tips doing that. When I was a waitress, I used to do it for tips. Like I would be like, because I worked at a sports bar. People would be really drunk. I'd be like, watch me do a cartwheel. I won't spill any of this beer and you have to give me $20.
Yeah, here we go. Everybody's saying you should do it. I used to have a bet I would make in the bar. We're not talking about that today. Okay, y'all, last chance. Comment Sendoso. You can win. We're going to draw right now, but I'm going to draw 5 times. So even if you haven't commented yet, you have just a minute. Let me find it. Bop, bop, bop. Are you ready? We had 11 people enter. Who's going to be 1, 2, 3? Let's go. Who do you think it's going to be? I need like some good music or something that plays right now. I know. Gregory, what's up? I haven't seen you on the show before. I'm so excited you tuned in. I need your email address so that I can get this over to you. Let's draw again. That was number 1. We have 4.
Do you always do multiple? Do you always do multiple prizes?
No, only this show for you so we can make a big impact.
Aww.
Jerry,
Yay.
that's 2 people. All right, we got 3 more. Honestly, this was like a gift that I thought was like, we're going to do as much as we can for this one.
Yeah, I love it.
And shout out to Sendoso for refilling the budget so that we could. My God, I think you commented that you really wanted a tree. There you go.
Yay.
Let's see, who else is it going to be? Lindsay, Gabe, Lisa, another Lindsay, so many Lindsays, all the Lindsays, a Lindsay. All right, 2 more. Who's it gonna be?
I love it.
Oh my God. Maybe another Lindsay or Lee. I don't know. Aaron, Lori, Lisa, Lee, Anthony. What's up, Lee? I chatted with Lee on the phone yesterday. Lee, the way we reworked that was great. Blah, 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 blah. It's the end of the show, y'all. It's a Friday at 4 o'clock. All right.
Girl.
Was that 4? This is 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And Aaron.
Oh, yay.
We only had 1 woman win.
Y'all better plant these trees, men.
Y'all better plant your trees. And I don't want to hear you made your wife do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
This was so much fun. Ashley, did you have fun?
I did. I had a blast. Thank you for having me.
This was awesome. Look, we got so rad.
Yes, we love you, Lindsay.
I'm so excited you guys got some stuff. I don't even want to understand this comment. We're going to move on. Okay, y'all, I have no idea what's going on. There's some interesting things happening. Like I said, party's always in the comments. If you've never been here and this was your first time, hope you liked it enough to come back. But y'all know what I always say. If you didn't like it, don't come back.
Don't come back.